very good evening and a warm welcome to the news live on Channel I. I'm Sharon Mascarenhas.
Good evening, I'm Stefan Dialwis. Let's take a look at the top stories for tonight. Corona-infected Sri Lankan has been found from Sri Lanka for the first time. The government requests the general public to assist in controlling the spread of disease. Acceptance of nominations for the general election commences tomorrow. District leaders of the Podujana Peramuna assign nominations of the general election. A passenger boat service from Vellavatta to Battaramulla.
On to those and other stories in detail now, starting off with local news. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa says that all Sri Lankans should extend support to the program being carried out by the government to control the spread of COVID-19 disease. The president has made these remarks at a special discussion with the officials of the health and other relevant sectors held with the objective of preventing the spread of corona disease today. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa said that they have the responsibility on behalf of the people. He added that even developed countries of the world are facing an uncontrollable situation. The president further said that therefore Sri Lanka should from the beginning try to control proliferation of the disease condition. Both the government and the people have great responsibility to control the disease. He also said that groups have entered quarantine facilities without expressing any objections. He also said that the people must understand the controlling mechanism of the government. If the problem goes out of control, the whole country will have to face a grave problem.
සියලුම පාලන ක්‍රම කරන්න ජනතාවක් හැටියට මේක තේරුම් අරගන්න ඕන. මේ අය හැම කෙනෙක්ම සහයෝගය දෙන්නට ඕන මේ කාර්යය සඳහා.
The first Sri Lankan infected with the COVID-19 disease or the new coronavirus was detected in Sri Lanka yesterday. The government requests the people to extend assistance to the program to prevent the spread of coronavirus disease in Sri Lanka. Director General of Health Services Specialist Physician Dr. Anil Jarsinga says that the first person infected with the coronavirus in Sri Lanka was identified last evening. The victim was a 52-year-old tour guide who was serving a group of Italian nationals. The afflicted person has been subjected to quarantine and he's being given necessary treatment. Dr. Anil Jarsinga further said that information pertaining to the itineraries of the tourist groups, a comprehensive and systematic plan is being implemented to prevent the intrusion of the virus. Religious leaders have pointed out that the general public should extend assistance to control the spread of the coronavirus in the country.
Meanwhile, German Chancellor Angela Merkel has warned that up to 70% of the country's population, close to 58 million people, could contract the coronavirus. Meanwhile, more than 1,000 confirmed cases of coronavirus have been reported in the USA today. The coronavirus COVID-19 has affected 119 countries and territories around the world and one international conveyance. The virus has continued to spread in the United States and appeared in new countries including Bolivia and Turkey, while Indonesia recorded its first death globally, with more than 4,200 people have died from the coronavirus and in excess of 118,000 cases have been confirmed, according to the World Health Organization, that is. More than 66,000 people have recovered from the illness around the world. Leaders from the European Union are promising to do the utmost to tackle the coronavirus outbreak, as Italy reported its biggest single-day death toll since the disease was first detected there last month. Italian Prime Minister Giuseppe Conte announced the closure of schools, gyms, museums, nightclubs and other venues across the country, which passed 10,000 confirmed infections today. Meanwhile, New York's governor announced that troops will be sent into New Rochelle, a town north of the city, in an attempt to contain an outbreak of the virus. Music festivals and other major events, including Coachella Festival in California, have been cancelled or postponed in the USA due to the rapid spread of the virus. Berlin city authorities have also banned all events with more than 1,000 participants. In addition, thousands of flights have been cancelled worldwide as airlines struggle to cope with the slump in demand. A UK Health Minister, Nadine Dorries, said that she had tested positive for the coronavirus and was self-isolating at home. China, the epicenter of the virus, has seen a total of 80,754 confirmed cases and 3,136 deaths. But it has recorded its lowest number of new infections, only 19 yesterday.
Sri Lanka is halting on-arrival visas for tourists until further notice. In a new coronavirus control measures, the State Information Office said after the first domestic transmission of the virus was reported earlier in the day. Director of Information Nalaka Kaluweva said in a statement, the government has decided to suspend on-arrival visa facility until further notice. Sri Lankans are also being asked to avoid non-essential foreign travel, he said. Sri Lanka has extended 14-day quarantine to some visitors from countries other than Iran, Italy and Korea. The state said without specifying the countries.
The government has requested the general public to extend cooperation in the task to control the spread of the coronavirus. The Ministry of Health, at a media briefing in Colombo today, has disclosed that a systematic plan is underway to control the disease. Director General of the Health Services and Specialist Physician Dr. Anil Jayasinghe said the afflicted person is a 52-year-old male tour guide. He added that the victim was reported to have taken Italian tourists around the inland. It has been disclosed last night that this person was afflicted with COVID-19 condition. He further said that necessary measures will be taken to investigate the places where they had gone and regarding information on the members of his family.
සම්බන්ධ වෙච්ච උදවිය අපි ඒ සමග සිටි ඉතාලි ජාතිකයන් සම්බන්ධ වුණු ස්ථාන සහ ඒ පුද්ගලයන් සම්බන්ධයෙන් ඒ විමර්ශනය කරගෙන යනවා ඒ අනුව ඒ අයට අවශ්‍ය පියවර ගනු ලබනවා.
Opinions have also been expressed regarding the process to quarantine those arriving from South Korea, Iran and Italy. Minister of Health Pavitra Vanyarachi said if there are problems, they will give fair solutions. The minister further said that a group which came from Italy have refused to go back. She added that they should realize the serious nature of the situation. The minister further said that it is their duty to protect the general public.
තමන්ගේ ඥාතියෙකුට දෙන්න. මේ බරපතල තත්ත්වය වුන් තේරුම් ගත යුතුයි. එහෙම කටයුතු කරන්න දෙන්න බෑ. මේ රටේ ජනතාව ආරක්ෂා කර ගැනීම අපේ වගකීමක්.
Director General of the Health Services and Specialist Physician Dr. Anil Jayasinghe said that the assistance of the people is needed to establish and maintain quarantine centres. The Ministry of Health has requested all sectors to temporarily suspend all group tours. Specialist physician Dr. Anil Jayasinghe says that it is not essential for the non-infected person to wear face mask. It has also been revealed at a media briefing that 662 persons who arrived in Sri Lanka from Italy, South Korea and Iran were directed to the quarantine centres of Batiklo private university premises and also at the Kandakudi Treatment and Rehabilitation Centre. A group that came to the island from these countries were directed to the centres today as well. The detainees will undergo a 14-day inspection period at the quarantine centres. Opinions have also been expressed at the media briefing at the Defence Media Centre regarding the legal background relating to quarantine process.
Launching of the 2020 Year of Digital Transactions promotional campaign was held today at the Central Bank premises. Central Bank of Sri Lanka has declared 2020 as the year of digital transactions to promote the use of digital platforms for payments and settlements. The main objective of this initiative is to popularize digital payment schemes already introduced to the country by the licensed commercial banks, other financial institutions and Lanka Clear Private Limited. The initiative of the Central Bank expected to create awareness among the general public with the aim to encourage the use of the secure digital transaction methods for cost-cutting, convenience on time, money and effort, and to raise efficiency with banking and financial institutions. The event was held under the patronage of Governor of Central Bank of Sri Lanka, Professor W.D. Lakshman. Many financial and banking sector representatives, economists, scholars and experts were present on this occasion.
Simple, secure, instant. Digital 2020. Introducing the year of digital.
The central bank hopes to provide an environment that nurtures and promotes the digitalization and the use of new technologies, promoting a less cash society in Sri Lanka through the use of new digital payment mechanisms. We all have the responsibility to give the benefits of innovative digital technology to our people, including the less well-to-do and those living in remote rural areas. For that purpose, creating awareness of digital services amongst general public is vital. Hence, the declaration of the year 2020 as the year of digital transactions. While providing our utmost support, we invite the banks, finance companies and other payment service providers to make the most of this platform we are providing to innovate and increase awareness of your digital innovations among your customers. I invite the media and others present to take this message widely into the country. Sri Lankans will reap the benefits of the large investments the central bank and the banking industry have made during the past to give Sri Lanka a world-class payments infrastructure. Benefits of moving into digital transactions will thus be spread across the entire economy. Conversion to digital or less cash systems of transactions would also help to curb corruption and the flow of black money into the economy. In the present global context of widespread concern over coronavirus, the World Health Organization has identified banknotes as a possible source of spreading the virus and has suggested that people use contactless payments means instead. Digital transactions enthusiasts seem to think that there can be no better endorsement for digital transactions than this WHO concern.
When we look at Sri Lanka, the country has made great strides in improving innovative digital financial infrastructure, but the uptake remains low. Became quite evident from the findings of the recent National Financial Inclusion Survey, which was part of the effort to develop the country's first strategy for financial inclusion. This was also an initiative under the IFC DFAT Women and Work program in Sri Lanka for us. The survey showed that in terms of connectivity, Sri Lanka fares well, with approximately 95% of respondents owning mobile phones and internet access, excluding mobile data, being at 19%. The ownership of credit cards and debit cards is gaining popularity among Sri Lankans. We find that Sri Lanka is still very much cash dependent, a point that has been raised earlier in this conversation today.
First is the cost of Wi-Fi and the cost of data. Because as you get more and more rural, what you and I experience here in this beautiful auditorium is not necessarily what is experienced when you see a drop in Wi-Fi or data. So I think as data becomes more affordable, you will see more and more people truly embracing the benefits of these technologies. So there is a call again, a clarion call, if there are any representatives from the mobile operators or the telco companies to look at that, because as we bring down the cost of telecommunications and data, the pie becomes more interesting for everybody.
Acceptance of nominations for the forthcoming general election is scheduled to commence tomorrow. The process is expected to end at 12 noon on the 19th of this month. The registered number of voters for the general election is 16.26 million. 196 members of parliament are scheduled to be elected on the district level under the proportional representation method. 29 members are scheduled to be appointed through the national list. In comparison to the year 2015, 2 parliamentary positions have been reduced, each from the Galle and Mathura districts. These 2 parliamentary posts have been added each to the Badulla and Monragala districts. The Election Commission says that 46 recognized political parties have informed of contesting the general election. Members will be elected to the 9th Parliament under the Constitution of 1977. The election for 22 districts is scheduled to take place on the 25th of April. Chairman of the Elections Commission, Mahinda Deshapriya, says that a decision has not been taken regarding postponing the general election, taking into consideration of the spread of the coronavirus disease. The chairman of the Elections Commission said there have been speculations in media regarding preparations to postpone the poll. He added that there is no reason to do so. However, a discussion has been convened on the 16th of this month between the Disaster Management Unit of the Elections Commission and Director General of the Health Services or his representatives or a specialist physician on infectious disease. The Elections Commission requests the general public to inform of any incident of violation of election laws to the National Election Complaints Management Centre. Complaints could be conveyed through the telephone numbers of the Commission on 0112 886179 and 0112 886421 and also through fax numbers 0112 886551. Chairman of the Elections Commission Mahinda Deshapriya said those who are using new media to use Viber, WhatsApp on the numbers of 071 9160000 or you can connect us through email on complaint.pe22@election.gov.lk.
Candidates of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramana have commenced signing nomination papers for the upcoming parliamentary election today. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa has presided over the inauguration at the official residence of the Prime Minister. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa has signed nominations as leader of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramana in the Kurunegala district. Other district leaders as well have signed their papers. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, leader of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party, and former President Maithripala Sirisena, as well as several leaders of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramana, have attended the occasion.
General Secretary say that the UMP will contest under the elephant symbol and the Samagi Janabalawege under the telephone symbol. General Secretary of the
අපේ බ්‍රෑන්ඩ් එක සජිත් ප්‍රේමදාස බ්‍රෑන්ඩ් එකත් එක්ක තමයි අපි යන්නේ. පුරිම උත්සාහ කරා එකතු කරගෙන ඉස්සරහට.
General Secretary of the Samagi Janabalawege Ranjit Madhuma Bandara say that My apologies, the General Secretary of the UMP, Akhila Viraj Karyavasam, said that many rounds of discussions were conducted without success. He said that they hope to contest under the elephant symbol. The General Secretary also said that the leaders of the Samagi Janabalawege had no need to accept the plan drafted by the UMP. He further said that if the other party tried to trivialize them in any manner, they will take necessary action. He also said that professionals and others are arriving at Sirikota for nominations.
Welcome back. The Innotech 2020 National Technology and Innovation Exhibition was inaugurated under the patronage of Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa this morning in Pitipana, Homagama. The national exhibition has been organised by the Higher Education, Technology and Innovation Ministry in collaboration with government research institutes, universities and the private sector. The Innotech exhibition is taking place with the main objective of promoting science literacy at all levels of society and showcasing research and development outcomes and innovations of the institutes and universities operating under the purview of the ministry. The exhibition is free of charge from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. on the premises of Sri Lanka Institute of Nanotechnology, NSBM Green University, Mahinda Rajapaksa National School and the Department of Measurement Units and Standard Services in Pitipana, Homagama. The exhibition has 3 zones including an educational zone, innovation zone and a research and development zone. The exhibition will display products and prototypes created as a result of research and development work of institutes and universities, inventions, edutainment activities, knowledge on new and emerging technologies, mobile planetarium, night sky observation camps, demonstrations on water rockets, awareness materials to increase knowledge on STEM and other related fields, and entertainment activities.
The government has decided to immediately commence an investigation into attempts of creating an artificial shortage of corn at a time when adequate quantities are available. President Secretary Dr. P.B. Jayasundara has released relevant instructions in this regard to the Consumer Services Authority today. A communique issued by the Presidential Media Division says that it has been found out that middlemen who earned an unfair profit from the maize trade are behind these efforts. It has also been reported that these groups intend to create an unnecessary shortfall with the aim of increasing the price of chicken during the upcoming festive season. It has been decided at a meeting held under the leadership of the Secretary to the President that this devious attempt must be defeated. Representatives of corn farmers associations and officials of the Ministry of Agriculture and Consumer Services Authority have also participated in the discussion. It has been revealed at the discussion that the government has prepared a systematic program to develop the maize cultivation and to safeguard both the farmer and the consumer. 70,000 acres have come under corn cultivation this season. A harvest of 300,000 metric tons has been received. Importation of corn was suspended recently. The government aims to increase production of maize to 800,000 metric tons, and large-scale cultivators are being provided loans by state banks. The government has also decided to maintain the maximum price of a kilo of chicken at the level of 430 rupees. During the festive season, that is. Sri Lanka's annual corn requirement, including as animal feed, is 450,000 metric tons.
The Attorney General has filed preliminary objections before the Appeals Court today, requesting rejection without examination of the writ petition submitted by 4 persons, including former Finance Minister Ravi Karunanayake and owner of the perpetual company Arjun Aloysius, when the case was taken up for hearing today. The petitioners have requested the judiciary to issue a writ order abolishing of the warrant issued by the Fourth Magistrates Court for the arrest of them. The Attorney General has also requested the courts, through a motion this morning, to examine the case by a 3-member panel of appeal court judges, as the case has been subjected to the intense attention of the general public. Acceding to the request, a 3-member bench of appeal court judges comprising of President of the Appeals Court A.H. MD Nawaz Shiran Gunaratna and Sobhita Rajakaruna has commenced examination of the case. Deputy State Solicitor General Milinda Gunatilaka, appearing on behalf of the Attorney General, has informed the court that they could not agree with the request of the petitioners to issue a writ order against their arrest. Further hearings of the petition have been postponed till tomorrow.
Meanwhile, the first national stakeholder consultation meeting on plastic-free rivers and seas of South Asia project was held in Colombo today. The Plastic-Free Rivers and Seas of South Asia project is a World Bank-funded project, and South Asia Cooperative Environment Programme is the implementing agency. The project development objective of the Plastic-Free Rivers and Seas for South Asia project is to catalyze actions that reduce the flow of plastic pollution into the South Asian seas. The project consists of 4 main components, totaling $40 million from International Development Association, that will be implemented over a period of 5 years in all 8 countries in South Asia. The South Asia region is the 3rd largest contributor to plastic waste globally, with an estimated doubling 2050 unless an action is taken. The project will be supporting grants and activities across the South Asian region.
The menace of plastic waste that pollutes land, flows into river systems, and ultimately into oceans poses national, regional, and global threats to development. The marine plastic pollution has far-reaching economic, ecological, and health impacts, including on planetary health. Due to this growing environmental challenges, during the last Governing Council meeting of SAKIB, we adopted a roadmap on sustainable waste management for South Asia, in which we are mostly focused on circular economy, resource management, and plastic management.
Passenger boat service from Wellawatte to Battaramulla has commenced today. Secretary to the Ministry of Urban Development, Water Supply and Housing Facilities Dr. Priyat Bandhu Vikrama and Chairman of the Sri Lanka Land Development Corporation Major General M.R.W. de Zoysa have presided over the inauguration ceremony. The boat services is being implemented as a remedy to the traffic congestion in the city of Colombo. The service has got underway at the boat halting yard in Wellawatte at 8 a.m. today. The service is being carried out by a private company affiliated to the Land Development Corporation. The boat service is being operated across the canal way from Wellawatte to Diatha Uyana in Battaramulla. Boat rides are being conducted once in every 30 minutes from Wellawatte between 6:50 a.m. and 9 a.m. Boat services are also operated from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. It takes only 25 minutes to complete one round of travel between Wellawatte and Battaramulla. The price of a boat ticket is 60 rupees. Initially, 4 air-conditioned boats are being deployed in service. The Sri Lankan Navy extends assistance in the conducting of the new boat service.
Pearl K. Veerasinghe, Secretary to the Presidential Investigation Committee to look into acts of political revenge, who has been issued with a warrant for arrest, has appeared before a panel of 3-member Special High Court today. Attorney at law appearing on behalf of the Secretary has informed the court that his client is prepared to hand over all documents requested by the judiciary. Accordingly, the panel of judges has ordered the Secretary to hand over the relevant documents to the Criminal Investigation Department tomorrow. The panel has also ordered to revoke the warrant issued against her. The 3-member panel of judges has issued warrants against the Secretary of the Commission in connection with the non-compliance of order to submit documents pertaining to the case filed against 8 accused, including Ali Roshan, to the High Court.
Here is the special feature on the Big Match Fever. Let us focus our attention on the Prince of Wales College Moratuwa today. The school has secured 4 comprehensive victories out of the 10 matches it has played this season. The Prince of Wales cricketers have also been successful in gaining 6 first-inning victories. Tarindu Amarasinghe, Umesh Mendis and Naduka Fernando were among the players who have shown greater skills. On the other hand, St Sebastian's College Moratuwa has also obtained 2 outright victories from 16 encounters. The team also boasts of 9 first-inning victories. The St Sebastian players who have excelled throughout the season include Dunit Jayatunga, Kalana Sandeep, Nadira Fernando and Sukita Prasanna. The Moratuwa Battle of Gold big match between St Sebastian's and Prince of Wales colleges is scheduled to take place at the SSC grounds in Colombo on the 13th and 14th of this month. That's it for the news this evening. Have a good night.